Hello my friends, before this video begins, since it is the KOS-MOS video, I just want you to know I am doing a Xenosaga series giveaway for Christmas. If you are at all interested in owning and playing these games, be sure to check out the link in the description to see how you can enter. It's very easy to do and you have multiple ways you can enter, so good luck and I hope you all get the chance to experience these games that I love so much. I'm sure if you were to ask Takahashi and others at Monolith Software who their flagship character was, the answer would be KOS-MOS. No other character has appeared in so many crossover games, and she was even front and center on the 20th anniversary art for the company. Before DLC and updates, she was even the only guest character included in Xenoblade 2. She's always seemingly one of the most powerful characters in the game she appears in, and luckily that is still true in the case of Xenoblade 2. Now this isn't quite the same KOS-MOS that appears in Xenosaga, instead being KOS-MOS Refrain, but she still manages to have plenty references and be faithful to her original incarnation. Despite DLC power creep, KOS-MOS has managed to stay near the top of all blades, being an S-tier option and top 4 in the entire game with her amazing skill set. She is the rarest gacha blade, and I'm sure that frustrates many of you because it's going to take a while to get her, but also the best one you can get with so many strengths and versatility that there's really not many situations you won't find use for her. She really is just that good, and in this video we're going to talk about her and how to set her up the most effectively for maximum success. If you enjoy these guides, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and look forward to all of my future guides on the series because it does help out so much. Let's get into it. KOS-MOS is the final Ether Cannon blade we have to discuss, and she is absolutely the best of them all. Being an Ether Cannon, she is an attacker class blade with a strong auto attack of 1533 with the Moon Matter core chip, but can reach 1580 with a Tachyon chip on her. Her critical hit rate maxes out at a low 20%, but there are plenty of ways to fix this when using KOS-MOS if critical hit rate is a concern. Block rate is the lowest in the entire game, but that won't really matter all that much for KOS-MOS thanks to her other strengths. Her defenses are 20% physical and 20% ether, which is among the highest for attacker class blades, and gives her much more resiliency than many of the other offensive blade options. But more about her defensive capability later. She offers a 20% ether mod to her driver, which is tied for the highest stat mod in the game for rare blades, and has a cooldown of 5 for extremely high availability. Everything about this blade was likely designed to be good. Well, most everything. Let's take a look at her chart and see the only mediocre thing about her. KOS-MOS' first skill is Encephalon. A small piece of trivia, the Encephalon in Xenosaga is basically virtual reality. It has the ability to recreate locations you've been to in nearly perfect detail, which is how they let you revisit areas in that game when it isn't an open world game like the Xenoblade games, and it also ends up being important to the plot. Anyway, more importantly to Xenoblade 2, this skill reduces aggro buildup from attacks by 20% at level 1, rising up to 40% at level 5. This is absolutely her worst skill. It doesn't really do much of note in my opinion, since aggro reduction on attacks isn't really going to stop her from getting aggro if you're using her effectively, since she just deals so much damage, so I do wish this skill was something better. Still, if you're trying to take aggro off an AI KOS-MOS, this skill can be somewhat useful in that regard, but it's not very effective if you're controlling KOS-MOS, and honestly, KOS-MOS doesn't really care all that much about having aggro anyway because her second skill is Hyperclock. No fun fact about references here because I have no idea how Hyperclock is related to KOS-MOS or Xenosaga. This skill will increase damage by 60% at max affinity and reduce damage taken by 10% at max affinity, and these values rise to 100% and 30% respectively. So first things first, 100% damage at max affinity is a good skill on its own. A lot of blades love additive damage increases, and before DLC, a 100% increase was pretty significant to have. Cutie Pie only gets a skill with a 100% increase. On its own, that is already a great skill. Well, KOS-MOS is additionally very special and gets a free 30% damage reduction on the same skill. Taking 30% less damage on all attacks in addition to her already high 20/20 defenses means she effectively has defenses of 44 and 44 at max affinity. 44% damage reduction on attacks is massive and gives her the 4th highest defenses in the entire game behind Poppy Alpha, Poppy Buster, and Numa. She is tankier than all but 2 tank blades, and she is an attacker blade who has an aggro reduction skill. That is incredible because she really does not need to care about aggro if you have sufficient healing because she has such good damage reduction she can function easily as an effective tank. Now I guess you do need to be at max affinity to take advantage of this, but that's not hard to do at all, and the 100% boost to her damage as well is also very good to have and makes her a very strong blade both offensively and defensively. KOS-MOS' final skill is Phase Transition Tech, and this is probably her best skill. In Xenosaga, Phase Transfer Cannons are basically some of the most powerful weaponry in the game, capable of vaporizing entire stars. KOS-MOS uses one of these in the first game, and towards the end of the series, KOS-MOS even has one installed within her to use called D-Tenoritis, which is her most powerful attack in the series. She doesn't get it in this game, but that's okay because another blade gets that, who we'll get to very soon. In Xenoblade 2, this skill will completely annul enemy defense at all levels. Oh, and it also increases special damage by 60% at level 1 and 100% at level 5. Let me say that first part again. This skill completely annuls enemy defense at all levels. Every art, every special you use with KOS-MOS will bypass any enemy defensive value and do full damage to the enemy. Doesn't matter if you're fighting an enemy with insane defenses like the Ioth or the Strategizer Nitro, you will still do full damage. A lot of enemies have defense values that can give them some strong damage reduction, but KOS-MOS does not care about that at all, and against enemies with high defense values, she's one of the best options in the game, and one of only 3 blades, though technically maybe 4, that really do not care about enemy defense values, and even on their arts, they will always ignore defense. She has Pierce on everything. This is a very powerful skill just for that alone, and makes her very worth using against a lot of strong enemies in the game, especially because she'll take less damage from them as well. Her special damage also gets another 100% added to damage boost, which will also make them hit even harder. Speaking of her specials, those are also all amazing, so let's talk about them now. KOS-MOS' level 1 special is R-Blade. This is probably her most iconic attack, where she transforms her arm into a blade and slashes the enemy into oblivion. Or uses her cannon in this game? I don't know, it's a bit weird, but it works. The special itself is one of the most powerful level 1 specials in the entire game, easily within the top 3, and if not limited by a damage cap, would be absolutely incredible in chain attacks, although it's already an amazing option. It's a 4-hit special with a good damage ratio of 330 at level 1, 490 at level 5, and 528 at max affinity, putting it on the higher end of level 1 special damage ratios. It also has a 50% critical hit modifier, making it a strong attack for getting critical hits, and on top of that, it has the best possible bonus effect of increasing critical damage by 85%. With all of KOS-MOS' added to damage, critical damage is very nice to help her get a ton of additional damage, and this will make this special hurt a lot. If you can get the crits, it will easily surpass almost every level 1 special in the game in damage, and if not for the damage cap, it would outdamage even Herald's 16-hit critical damage special and chain attacks because of everything KOS-MOS has going for her. Its one weakness is the speed is kinda average overall, but it's still a fantastic special, and always good for 4 hits of damage cap and a chain attack in the first round if you need it. KOS-MOS is a fantastic chain attack blade in general. KOS-MOS' level 2 special is the Hilbert Effect, or H-Effect R, I guess. Materialize Gnosis in the real domain so you can wreck them in half, or in this case, use an attack with a huge AoE radius that is extremely likely to hit everything on the field. The radius for this move is 50, making it one of the best AoE specials in the game. Honestly, I would say it is the best AoE special in the game myself because it is both powerful, quick, and has a radius that is basically going to hit everything in any fight. And if that's not enough, and KOS-MOS' offensive and defensive prowess already weren't good enough for you, this attack is also a full heal for your entire party. KOS-MOS really can do it all and has almost no weaknesses. In Universe, this move has like Galaxy level range, so I'm glad they tried to make the area of effect so big in this game as well. As far as the move itself, it has a damage ratio of 400 at level 1, rising to 640 at level 5, and 696 at max affinity, giving it one of the highest level 2 ratios in the game. You can easily do damage cap to multiple enemies and chain attacks 4 times with this, since it is also 4 hits, and it's probably the best AoE chain attack move in the game because of that. Did I mention that it's a full heal? Because it does that too when you get low on health. KOS-MOS' level 3 special is FG Shot. This is one of her most powerful special attacks in Xenosaga, where she summons a Gatling gun from the UMN and shoots her opponents to death. This move has a damage ratio of 650 at level 1, 850 at level 5, and 884 at max affinity, making it one of the highest damage ratios in the game for a level 3 special in the top 5 total. It also has a small radius if enemies are grouped up, and it has a 100% critical modifier to double your critical hit rate when this special is used, and it is 16 hits. The highest hit count possible for a special in this game, and boy does it hurt. It also has Guard Annul as its bonus effect, so it will basically always do full damage no matter what. The 16 hits makes it incredible in chain attacks, and it's actually not too hard to damage cap all 16 hits to really destroy the enemy. It's even the fastest 16-hit special move in the game, making it additionally useful for any strategy that has at least 3 rounds on a chain attack, and it's one of the best level 3 specials in the entire game. It hurts a lot, and is absolutely worth using in pretty much any situation. KOS-MOS' level 4 special is X-Buster, also known as Belly Cannon. This is her second most powerful attack in universe, capable of vaporizing and absorbing thousands of enemies at once. How does it stack up in Xenoblade 2? Well, it has a 60% critical hit modifier, it annuls guard, and it has a massive damage ratio of 1,219. This puts it again at one of the highest damage ratios in the entire game, and this special can hurt the enemies significantly. With it always piercing thanks to KOS-MOS annulling defense, it's easily in the top 5 for a level 4 special damage, and it is absolutely worth using simply for that alone. You can also freeze driver combos and negate any dangerous attacks as well, because level 4 specials are just good in general. All around, her specials are among the best in the game for all 4 of them, and along with the rest of her kit makes her an extremely powerful blade. She's one of the most used blades in challenge mode with the highest uses on normal mode of any blade thanks to all of her versatility, and she easily stacks up as one of the best blades in the game thanks to her skill set making her useful nearly all the time. For setup, I am running the Moon Matter core chip because even the 6% critical hit rate extra is useful to her over the Tachyon. I do understand 100% if you want to use Tachyon so you can have these OR cannons though. Trust me, I get it. But at the same time, I do have to be optimal here, so Moon Matter is the choice for this video. For Aux Core, since you already have great defensive and healing prowess, you have no reason not to go all in on offense here and do as much damage as possible and take advantage of ignoring all enemy defenses. Affinity Max Attack, Outdoor Attack, and whatever hunter you want will maximize your damage as much as possible against whatever enemies you're fighting, and allow KOS-MOS to destroy them completely. If you want, Affinity Max Barrier can still be a decent option to make her even tankier though. For accessories, Crimson Headband is a must with all of her critical modifiers, and her strength and chain attacks, and in general for maximizing her damage even with her crit rate being a bit lower. You can always use Critical Symbol or Fiora to make her guaranteed to get those huge cap hits. Enlightened Loincloth is great for making sure you can get an easy 85% damage boost since she functions very well on Zeke. And finally, I have a cannon attachment in the last slot to boost her auto attack stat further to take advantage of all the additive and critical damage she has. Feel free to run another burst symbol, Avant-Garde Metal if you want healing, Abyss Mask if you want more damage over defense, Noise Dampener if you want to art spam with her infinite cancel potential and do a lot of damage with those. Really, you can just do whatever and it'll probably work because she's KOS-MOS. For pouch items, I will be running the double art recharge meats on Zeke because that will let you infinitely cancel with Zeke's cannon kit and allow you to use more of KOS-MOS' very powerful specials. With all of that done, let's take a look at how to use KOS-MOS practically. I don't want this video to be too long, so we're going to focus mostly on normal mode, but KOS-MOS is a great option for Bringer of Chaos because of her damage reduction. She can be one of the best blades there. If you combine with an Avant-Garde Metal, you'll have no trouble healing yourself and just keeping yourself healthy just by typically art spamming because of all your damage reduction and just everything she can do in general. And yeah, she just is one of the best options because she's offensive, defenses, and she can heal herself and the entire party. As far as normal mode, you can pretty much wreck any super boss. If you use Haywire Chain Shot into Blowback Cannon, back into Haywire, into Burst Gunner, into Haywire, you can infinitely cancel your arts as much as you possibly want to. Your level 2 special heals when you get low on health. You can use your level 3 special for a ton of damage outside of chain attacks. You're seeing probably a significant amount of damage I was able to do earlier. Tyranititan's a bit of a jerk here, and he enrages to a light element, so I'm actually doing 20% less damage to him now. But you can see that's not even a big deal. I'm just going to throw out a chain attack here, and with no fusion combo, when he enrages to an element to make me do less damage to him, with only a 780% multiplier, I am damage capping him. That is the power of KOS-MOS. For level 1, it's so easy to cap it. You don't have to put that much effort into it at all. We didn't even set up any kind of orb. If you set up orbs, 1 or 2 orbs, you can just destroy any enemy pretty much. With pretty much no effort. If you know how to set up the most basic fusion combo, that's all you need. We're going to try out Artifice Ophion now because he's actually weak to light elements, so I think this would be pretty interesting to really show off how powerful KOS-MOS can be in some fights. So you're already seeing my art damage. I'm hitting over like hundreds of thousands of damage with like individual hits of some of these. That Burst Gunner just did 3 hits of 200,000 damage, which is pretty incredible. The final Gatling Shot was doing over 130,000 damage per hit here on all 16 of its hits, outside of a chain attack. We got a DOT of 123,000 with no fusion combo or anything like that. Now, I did try to fire my level 2 special off right there. It didn't go off in time. I actually ended up almost dying right here because I am bad at the game, but we got the 1 HP lifeline left. and now we're back up to full HP after only 1 hit, but we got the other 3 hits just in case. Using your level 2 when he's in the middle of using an attack, like a Rober's Drive right here, you can actually heal the party during a multi-hit attack like this when it normally would be dangerous. So we're able to just keep ourselves healthy during the entire duration of that attack, as you just saw, which is pretty useful, actually. We're not able to get the Supernova in this fight because KOS-MOS ends up killing way too fast, as you might expect, and this is on normal mode, by the way. And we're able to take him out in basically a minute with no chain attack, no tier 3 blade combo or anything, and yeah, KOS-MOS is amazing. Now let me show you the potential of KOS-MOS and chain attacks, really. So Cloud Sea King Ken on normal mode, highest HP in the game, 50 million. We're just going to wreck him in one singular chain attack. All we got to do is set up 2 blade combos and make sure we got a decent enough fusion combo set up, and that's all we are going to need. Now, I do not have Dagas or Fiora or Patroke or anything in this fight, so KOS-MOS is just going to have to be relying on her own damage, and you know, that's not going to be a big deal at all. We do have some driver combo setups going on here. KOS-MOS is going to be keeping the party healthy with her level 2 specials, because she's the one who's going to be able to do that. We don't have Avant-Garde Metal on Rex or Zeke, so she's got to be able to heal. And Tora is Water Element right now, or Cutie Pie actually, so we have 2 realistic combos from Light Element, Light Light Light, and Light Light Water, and that's going to be able to set up the 2 orbs we're going to need for this chain attack. And we're going to see the power of KOS-MOS with her defense annulling and everything. So one thing to note about Cloud Sea King Ken, I don't think I've mentioned in other videos, is that he has 30-30 defenses. He takes 30% damage reduction from physical and ether attacks. KOS-MOS doesn't care about that. She annuls defense on everything and does full damage, making her very powerful in a fight like this. A lot of the challenge mode super bosses have high defense, so it's actually pretty useful to use KOS-MOS. I haven't even mentioned Elma, who's Dark Element. KOS-MOS is a great option against her as well if you want to use her in the Elma challenge and just do a lot of stuff there. That is also something you can do. Like I said, bring your chaos, normal mode, chain attacks, overdrive, KOS-MOS can do it all. Her multi-hit arts with the cannon attachment and her 16-hit level 3 actually make her a great option if you want to use overdrive as well. She really can do it all. I haven't really shown the potential of the AoE level 2 that much, but you can use it in chain attacks to just do a significant amount of damage, and I'll show that off a little bit later. So we set up our fusion combo here. We're going to use the level 4 X-Buster and set up the Supernova here. We're going to have 2 orbs after this. I don't have great blades to break the orb, so I'm going to use the Elma I have on Zeke just for a Dark Element hit on the Light Orb on the round 1. KOS-MOS would easily damage cap here if you used her instead, but I just want to limit the RNG a little bit, so we're going to use Elma here. And now, since Mithrid was so kind to break that light up for us, we're going to get a 3-round chain attack off, and we're going to be doing a lot of damage with KOS-MOS here. Level 2 is only 4 hits. This isn't going to be that spectacular, but I mean, it's still 4 hits of damage cap, so that's still really useful. And you can see those 500,000 damage heals right there. Not bad, right? Mithrid's not really set up for damage, so she's not really doing much at all. She's only doing a little over 100,000 right there, but she can do a lot more if you ever set up properly. But this is all about KOS-MOS, so KOS-MOS is the one set up for this right now. And here comes the 16-hit level 3 special. We're going to damage cap every single hit on the break here. Not too hard at all, and there goes a ton of burst damage there. We've almost killed Ken. And Mithrid I was hoping was going to finish it off, but he's left with a sliver of health. That's not a big deal. We can just finish him off with an art or something right here. Basically one chain attack kill though at the same time, so that's not really a big deal. We launch the blowback cannon and he's dead. So the final thing I'm going to very quickly show, KOS-MOS level 2 and chain attacks against the Elma challenge. So you got the multiple Elmas. If you can get a chain attack off before the other Elmas spawn, you can actually use level 2 to just wipe them all out if you got enough damage, because you'll damage cap all of them. And you can end the challenge pretty quickly with that. Like I said, I don't want the video going on forever. KOS-MOS is extremely versatile, she's extremely powerful, she can pretty much do everything, and the only thing that's really limiting her is her really low pull rate that I'm sure frustrates a lot of you. I don't really have much else to say, so I hope you guys have learned something from watching this video, and have grown to appreciate KOS-MOS a little bit more, even if you haven't been able to play her games yet. If you enjoyed this guide, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, comment down below what you liked or any questions you might have, and like the video, and pretty much anything else you want to do to support me, and make sure to enter that Xenosaga giveaway so you can play KOS-MOS' games for yourself. With all that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and have a blessed day.